Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, Childhood Finds, and thank you for joining me for a weekly What Sold video. Today we're going to be doing the how much my net profit is, so you will find out exactly how much money I am bringing home as a full-time reseller for 1 week. And how I go about doing that is I'm going to show you every single item I sold. I'm going to tell you how much my profit was after each item. When I go over the item, when I'm talking about them, it will be after fees are taken out from the platform, after my cost of goods. And then at the end of the second video, I will go over how much I am taking out for shipping supplies, as well as how much I need to put aside for taxes. And this will be 2 videos because there are a lot of sales to get through. I have, I think, close to 70 to get through with you. And this video will have 35. Keep in mind, guys, this is a vast variety of profit margins. I have some where I made $5 and I have some, where I made over $100. So it's going to be a vast array of different things, and it shows that it does all add up. I am definitely happier with this week. It's getting better. I will say that it's good it's getting better. If you keep up with my channel, you know that I continue to have the worst car troubles. And guess what? It's happening again. So I was driving, we were getting close to being done sourcing on Saturday, and my check engine light came on again. And so we drove to O'Reilly's, and I have to tell you this story because it was silly. We got there, and the woman that we talked to, we asked her, if we could do the code read for our engine light. And she gets out there and then proceeds to tell me she can't do it because it's not actually my check engine light that's on. So she kept telling me, she's like, it's the symbol of an engine. That is your check engine light, which yes, on many cars it is, but mine is a service engine light. And she kept telling me, she's like, that means you need to service it. Well, what's the difference between the check it and service it? So I was nice, and I eventually convinced her. I said, you know what? What if we just try it? What if we just see if a code pops up? So I convinced her to do it. And of course a code popped up because I know what my engine light looks like because I've seen it 4,000 times this year. And it's something that may be covered under warranty. I am hoping so. That was done in January of this year. So I'm gonna find out. If it's not, then I'm kind of up a creek. So I'll let you know how that goes. I'm already starting to put aside a little bit of money here and there that I can for a new car. It's time to start planning for the new car, a new to me car, I should put. So I will always, as I have been asking, if you wouldn't mind doing free ways to support my channel, either liking, commenting, subscribing if you haven't. Only do those things if you do enjoy the content though. Don't feel obligated, but they're free ways to support my channel because I do make a little money from YouTube. It's not a ton, but it's enough that I can squirrel away a little bit towards a new car. And along with that, I do also have those Amazon links in the description. I do believe there are Prime deals going on right now, so if you are going to be taking advantage of some of those, if you would just click my link, and then it gives me a small commission at no cost to you. Click any of those links. You don't have to buy the products that I am suggesting, but it would help me a lot right now. I am just slowly working towards, staying positive and getting through it. I thank you guys for your support, and we have a ton of sales to get through, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And remember, the second video is when I will tell you what the total net profit was after everything, and it will be posted 24 hours after this video, and I will link it in the description once it's posted. Okay, and we're gonna get started here. As always, too, if you hear the snoring, both of them are passed out next to me, so you're probably gonna hear some snoring. And this first one is a bare bottom shorts men's XXL 7-inch coastal blue stretch chino short elastic waist. And I picked up 9 of these brand at a yard sale. All were brand new, so I was super stoked. I paid $2 for each of them. And this one I ended up taking a best offer of $24. It was a more desirable color. And my profit after everything was $17.59 on this. This is Oneida Lincoln Stainless Glossy Set of 6 soup spoons, and it sold for a best offer of $10. And my profit on this item will be $6.54. And just a reminder again, it's going to be after my earnings or after fees from the platform, as well as my cost of goods is the profit I'm telling you. And then this I picked up at an estate sale for $1, and it was a couple months ago. And it's a 4-inch birthday Chihuahua figurine Westland giftware dog cake. There is quite a few of these cute little Chihuahuas in this brand that sell for decent money. And I mean, especially if you get them in the box and they already have the styrofoam, they're easy to ship. This sold for $17.95, my sale price, and I ended up making $14.46 on this. This is a set of 7 teaspoons. They're Summer Mist Autumn Glow is the pattern name, and they're from Oneida. And this lot was actually purchased by a buyer that got another lot from me. They received it, were happy with that, and then came back and purchased another one. And this sold for $24.26, and I made $18.41 on this lot of spoons. This I got pretty recently, I believe at a thrift store. It's a JDRF Rufus the Bear with Diabetes plush teddy bear stuffed animal shorts shirt. They're pretty cool little ones, and I just found another one recently. They're cool bears for what they're for. And this sold for $15.25, and I profited $11.08. This came from my plush haul. And, you know, my 3 videos on plush. This wasn't the best pickup ever, but, you know, it sold and it taught me something. This is a Knickerbocker Hound Dog Plush Animals of Distinction Trained Conductor, 16-inch. This one sold for a best offer of $11.30, and I made $6.69. Not the best buy, but it sold quick. You know, for plush, it sold quick. It just wasn't the most desirable one. There's other ones in this Knickerbocker Animals of Distinction that sell for better money, so it's definitely still worth looking them up, just not this one in particular. But I priced it well, so it sold quickly. It was big too, is why I priced it as I did. This is an old listing because I pretty much never ever put new in a title or anything like that, or new with tag with plush. This is an old listing. It's a mini plush. It's a 6-inch yellow monkey. I don't know, guys. It sold for $8.05 though, and I made $4.98 on it. These were super cute. They were Scotty Dog puppy napkin rings set of 4. They were from Target, and they took quite a while to sell. I thought they'd sell faster because they were so darn cute. But they ended up selling for an offer of $11, and I made $8.28 on this. This is an antique Victorian walnut deep well oval frame. It fits an 8x10. I put read description because, as you can tell on the top and the bottom, it is slightly separating. This is something that can be fixed pretty much, so it's not a huge issue. But I did want the buyer to be aware that that was occurring, and it did sell for $44.95. This came from a big frame buy I did, and it's been listed for about a year, but I'm fine waiting for the right buyer on these frames because I know they're out there and I know what these can sell for. And I ended up making $31.88 on this. This is also a sign to tell you guys to check your listings if you still have priority listed as your first. You know, if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but it does cost you a lot more in fees because this ended up going priority across the country, and it would have shipped for probably $5 or $6 cheaper if I had grabbed advantage on there, but I had forgotten to add it to this listing, and it would have saved me some money in fees, because that's why the profit is much lower on this, is because of fees and cost of goods. This is also came from my bulk plush buy. Oh, no, don't do that. And it's, again, not super valuable, but I factored in the fact that I got a bunch of items at once, so I was willing to pay up for them. And it's a 2000 Prestige Sam the Snowman, Rudolph Island and Misfit Toys. It was a 7-inch plush. It sold for $8.05, and I made $5.68 on it, which is fine. It sold in a few weeks, and I got a bunch of items that day. This is a Busilla Gallery of Stitches Felt Christmas Stocking Kit Holiday Pals. I pretty much always pick up these brand new kits whenever I find them. This one sold for $11.66, and then I ended up making $7.98 profit. This also, I do put a small promoted fee on pretty much all of my listings. So that is taken out of what my profit is as well, guys, just so you know. This is a Dimensions Elegant Floral Mini Crewel Embroidery Kit, and it sold for $8.95 within a month or so, and I made $6.54. These kits are definitely going out the door. I think they are going out for Christmas because they're good, easy gifts. This is a Disney Store Tricks and Treats Witch Minnie Mouse Halloween 2020 plush. This was not a great buy. It sold for $8 though. I made $5.44, but I tend to not pick up these Mickey and Minnie plush too much, especially if they don't have tags, because they just don't sell super fast. But, you know, this sold, probably it's been 6 or 8 months, but it sold when Halloween came around. This is a very small jeweled enamel round picture frame, floral rose design, butterfly pink purple. Doesn't have a brand name or anything. It's just a pretty little frame. And it still sold for $26.95, and I think it's like, it fits like a 2x2. I mean, it's very small. Let me see if I got a ruler here. So yeah, the whole frame is 4 inches tall. So it's definitely worth it to go into that frame section and look for these pretty enameled kind of frames, because I ended up making $21.20 off that buy. These I picked up pretty recently at a thrift store, and I dug them out of a giant bin. I went searching, and I had a few more of these that sold that we'll show in the next video. And they're Oneida Satin Aquarius dinner fork, heirloom 7.5 inches, and it's 2 forks, and they sold for $44.06. That is $22 a fork, guys. And I made $35.66 on this sale. This is the Wizard of Oz Snow Globe music box. We're off to see the wizard. And I paid $10 for this at a yard sale, which was paying up a bit, but it ended up selling for $71.95. It took a few months, and I still profited $47.66 on this sale. You know, my profit's a little lower because the shipping was high for this guy, because I did really pack this to make sure it made it. And it was one of those items, yeah, when I woke up in the morning, and before I looked at the sale, I was getting ready to go and pack, and saw this sold, and it's always just like, I knew that's gonna take forever to pack. And but it wasn't too bad. I've packed worse. I have to remind myself that. It was just a day where I had to pack a lot of rough items. This is a Victorian style gold tone cherub dresser stand-up easel back oval frame. It sold for a best offer of $33. I picked it up at a yard sale for $3 because it was different. It wasn't anything special though. It wasn't brass or anything. It was like a resin plasticky kind of material. And I ended up profiting at $22.88. This I picked up pretty recently at a thrift store. It's a Droopy Plush Applause stuffed animal, $19.90. I'm so happy cartoon hound dog. It sold for best offer of $9, and I made $5.67 on this sale. Nothing special. I'd probably still pick it up. It did sell quickly, but not a huge profit. My computer definitely hates when I have all these tabs. This one here is a Camp Royani belt buckle, San Francisco Bay Area Boy Scouts belt buckle. And I put belt buckle twice. So this one we picked up at a yard sale, and it was late in the day. After a big community sale, we were way behind everyone there, and it still ended up selling for $49.95. I picked it up because it was different, and it just felt like something that might be valuable, and it sold in a day or two for $50. Oh, and the profit is $40.09. This has been listed for about a year. It was one that I couldn't find any similars, so I kind of picked a high price and then just slowly decreased it. It's a Hamley's Afghan Sighthound dog plush, 14-inch stuffed animal. Anytime you can find these different kinds of plush, I'm going to show you guys in a haul video. I picked up some belt buckles that have different types of dogs on them besides your typical bulldog, you know, lab, Frenchie, etc., that kind of stuff. And anytime you can find those different dogs, it definitely can help your sale. But it sold for $44.95. I picked it up for $1 and I profited $37.87. I was fine waiting a year for that because it was so easy to pack, ship, and list. This is an Oneida Raphael Stainless Distinction Deluxe Dinner Forks. It's 5 of them, and they sold for the sale price of $44.06. I just picked these up at a thrift store, and they profited me $35.12. This is from my big Mickey buy, and it's a Disney Store Mickey Mouse Sleeping Striped Pajamas Red White Bean Plush, and it sold for $8.96 on a 10% off offer, and I made $5.94 on this. I will say that Mickey buy is better than I thought it would be. I am already double my money on that buy, which, you know, it's pretty good. I am surprised I made my money back so quickly. I have a lot left. I actually just got a person. I could tell they were a drop shipper, trying to offer me for all of the Mickeys that I have left. And of course I kept waiting because they're like, what do you want for them? What do you want for them? And I finally just kept saying, you need to give me an offer, because I always want the other party to throw out the offer first. And of course it was like, I don't know, 20% of my listed value, which I respect the hustle, man, but no thank you. This is a Dimensions Peaceful Silhouette Counted cross stitch kit, and it's nothing super special. It was a pretty piece though. Look at that. That's a nice one. I never really did cross stitch, but that's really pretty. And it sold for a 10% off offer for $8.96, and I made $5.23. It sold within a few days of getting that one. This sold within a day or two. I picked it up at a Salvation Army for $20, which you guys know me, 20 is a lot to pay for one item. And this is a genuine Canon F100 black toner cartridge. And anytime you can find these and they are, you know, original manufacturer, they're Canon, you know, they brother, etc., these can go for really good money. This is an older model and it sold for $160 and I paid $20 and my profit was $121.72. And that is also one that it doesn't have a good sell-through rate because only like 2 have been listed and sold in the last 3 years. So, you know, that's why you also got to consider, like, yes, sell-through rate's important, but sometimes you just can't take it into complete consideration. Because if you looked at the 90 days, you wouldn't have found that item, which is why Salvation Army did not price that one up, because they probably couldn't find it. This is a Kelly Toys Squishmallows Thread Panda. He has been listed for a long time. Guys, Squishmallows, just... I have them and I still pick them up because I make poor choices. There's ones that can sell. There really is, but I have not found those very well. And this one sold for $8.96. It took a long time to sell. It was luckily a small one though, so it was okay that it took a while to sell. I have some of the big ones that I just, you know, you just look at yourself and you're like, why did I ever buy this? Why did I think this was okay? Why did I do this? But they'll eventually sell. They just take up so much room. Oh, and the profit on that red panda was $5.31. This is another Dimensions Sunset Southwestern Panorama Counted Cross Stitch. This one really surprised me. It was a pretty one. If you can see, it's a really pretty one. And it actually sold for $38 within a few days. And I only paid $1 for this at the estate sale, and I made $29.83. These have been listed quite a long time. They were from a rummage sale last year in October, so they've been listed a year. And they are LA Idol denim jeans, size 13. And I just took a best offer of $12 because I went, yep, these can go. And I made $7.84. This has been listed for years, and it's a Jellycat Puppy Dog Plush Bashful Black White Soft Spotted Stuffed Toy. And it sold for a best offer of $7.25, and I made $4.71. I love Jellycat, but not all Jellycat is valuable, and not all Jellycat sells quickly. This is a Rogers Deluxe Huntington Serving Pieces Spoon Ladle Floral Oneida, 4 pieces. It was just a lot of serving pieces, and it sold for a best offer of $13, and I made $11.23 on the sale. Here's a pony, and this pony I paid 51 cents for in a bulk buy a year and a few months ago. And it's My Little Pony Star Swirl Generation 3 White Pink Tinsel Sparkle Firework Hasbro MLP. MLP is My Little Pony. Lots of keywords. And this sold for $8.05 and I made $5.09. So as you can see, I have, you know, my profit ranges from $5 to over $100+ on items, but it all evens out is what I find. You know, I aim for my average listing value to be over $20. $25 is my preferred and higher. 25 to 40 is where I usually range per week. But you know, it just, when it comes down to profit, you know, I'm happy with what I did this week, even though it was a lot of bulk. This is a Reseller felt applique. Is that how you say that? Applique? Applique? Something like that. And it's a Christmas stocking kit, Santas and animals. I got 3 of this same exact kit and they have all sold and they went very quickly. I made $2 each for these, but they sold so fast that it was worth the profit for me because I profited, let's see, $7.88 on this. And, you know, I have to factor in, I pretty much took 2 pictures. You can search to find sell similar by just typing in that number code. You could type in Busilla and 32709 and you can find a similar super fast. They are very quick to list. You know, I probably listed the 10 I got in an hour or less. And if $8 is what I profit or $7 is what I profit on each of them, that is delightful to me. And this is a 1999 Pocket or Pokemon Pocket film camera, not tested, new unused, Cap and Crunch promo. Super cute. It was, you know, it had Pikachu on it. I got this at a sale or a yard sale and I paid like 50 cents because it was just in a big pile of stuff I bought. And it took a while to sell because I was holding out for a higher price for it. And it sold for $35.91. Oh, that's not what it sold for. That was my profit. My profit was $35.91. This is the sheet I'm going off of, guys. I take this seriously when I talk to you. I could do it in an Excel sheet and it would look prettier and I could print it, but I do things the hard way. And I'm gonna have to do that next time. That would be easier. But besides that, this is a Disney Store Happy New Year 2000 beanbag plush, and it came in my bulk Mickey buy, and it sold for $9.95, and I made $6.18. We're on our last one here. This is a Triple K brown leather holster, 2-inch right hand for a 2-inch barrel, and it was for a revolver, and this sold for $26.05. I picked this up, I think, for $1 or so at a sale, and I made $22.01 on this. So that is everything that I sold in this video, guys. My total profit, and remember, we are not considering taxes or shipping supplies until video 2. I will do that, take all that out at the end. But for the profit on these 35 listings, I made $660.58. That averages out my profit to $18.87 an item, which I am not unhappy with. I think that's pretty good when you factor in everything, so I am not unhappy with that profit. Of course, we always want it to be better, and I am getting better at sourcing each year, so it is improving. But I am happy with that $660.58 on these 35 listings, and then I still have, I think it's roughly 35 more listings to share with you. So it's been a pretty good week. I definitely am finally seeing an improvement for the work I'm putting in. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you on video number 2.